Hello VC, this is the second part of my October vinyl update for the online purchases I made last month. Got a few more to go through, straight into them I think. So first up, a couple of albums I've been looking for well, since I've started collecting really, and started putting together my wish list in the last year. Fairly readily available on places like Discogs, but for a lot more than I was prepared to pay for them. I've got these both on eBay at the end of the day for a pretty good price. So Megadeth's debut album, Killing Is My Business, in great nick. Got this on eBay for about half the price that people were wanting on Discogs, so pretty good. And next one is one of my favourite albums. I used to play this a lot when it came out. Only ever had a tape version, which I copied from probably another tape from a friend. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Both this and the Megadeth, both UK pressings. This one comes complete with the inner sleeve and lyrics. Well, this has got a split at the bottom, so I'm not keeping the record in there anymore. Keeping a separate sleeve. But let's say, yeah, really glad to pick this up. This is actually the most expensive vinyl that I have now in terms of how much I've paid for a record. But again, so I still got it for a very good price and a lot cheaper than people are asking for on Discogs. Next up, Judas Priest, Ram It Down. Certainly not one of my favourite Judas Priest albums. As the sticker says at the front, horrible cover version. Again, I don't really like metal bands doing cover versions. Johnny B. Good wasn't a particularly good cover version, I don't think either, but the rest of the album's pretty good. So again, this is a UK pressing, 1988, CBS Records. Excellent condition on the inner and the vinyl. One of the main reasons why I do like this album is it was the first time I got to see Priest live back in 1988 at Newport Centre in South Wales, and I dug this up the other day. Found it, still have the tour the tour program, which is as tour programs go. It's got a little bit of water damage or something on the back, but as tour programs go, it's not a very good one. It doesn't even list the dates. I had to look up online for the tour to see when I actually went to it, which was 21st of June 88. It's just a series of pictures really of the band live and merchandise. Nothing really to read in there either, just a few paragraphs of large typeface, but you know, I remember the gig, so getting off over 28 years ago, but still remember it pretty well. I was happy with it at that age. This is because I got to see Priest live in the 80s, so still glad to have this. I'm glad to have the album on vinyl to go along with it. This is a record I already have in my collection. I actually have the 87 reissue of Tygers of Tang, Wildcat, but managed to get hold of a copy of the original 1980 UK release on MCA. This is actually in a lot better shape than the 87 reissue in both cover and vinyl, so delighted to upgrade my copy of this because I love this album. It's one of my favourite early 80s UK heavy metal. Certainly I think the best of the Tygers albums that I've heard. Now I just need to decide what I'm going to do with the older copy, so I think I might give that away to somebody who maybe doesn't know the Tygers so well, just to give them a good introduction to them too. Next up, band that I've not heard of before, another early UK heavy metal band, although I don't know if I'd go as far as to call these heavy metal, more hard rock, melodic hard rock. Bronz, Taken by Storm, picture of the band on the back, sorry about the glare. There we go, yeah, typical looking heavy metal band of the time. Not particularly good album, I have to admit. It starts off horribly with a song called Send Down an Angel. I think that was the single they had from this. And it's just so, it's so heavy on the keyboards rather than the guitars. It's not a sound I like on my rock albums. It struggles to redeem himself. In fact, it doesn't get. It gets better because there's less keyboards on the rest of the songs throughout the album. But I think the best song is definitely the last one on there. Part of the reason for that is it's not actually sung by Max Bacon, the lead vocalist. It's sung by Paul Webb, the bass player, and he has a much better metal sounding voice than the lead singer. So I kind of think this would have been a better album if Paul Webb had sung the rest of it. It's a nice bit of, I guess, metal history to have in my 80s collection, but I don't think it's one I'm going to be playing a lot. Certainly give it one or two more spins before it gets put away on the shelf for good, but not a big fan. Another new band for me, Royal Court of China. This is Geared and Primed, 1989 A&M Records. I believe this is a band from Nashville, Tennessee. Try to do a little bit of research on this. There's some stuff out there. Again, I don't think they really did a lot. First impression, I mean, some of the tracks sound a little bit Zodiac Mind Warp to me, but there's other bits that sound a bit like Bon Jovi, some like Guns N' Roses, and even there's even the bit of the Cult in here as well. But you know, better than Bon Jovi, not as good as Guns N' Roses or the Cult. I've listened to it a few times now. It kind of takes me through every emotion. Sometimes I'm listening to it, I think, oh, this sucks, and other times it's actually pretty damn good. I'm going to have to listen to it a few more times so I can really make my mind up on this. It was a bit of a, like Bronz actually, this was a bit of an impulse buy. I got these from, for all the ones I'm showing now, I got from Discogs, apart from the Megadeth and GNR from eBay. And I was basically doing the bargain hunt, trying to find a seller that had 5 or 6 albums that were reasonably cheap, maybe £2 or £3. I could bundle up together, get my single postage, and just get an influx of new records for the month fairly cheaply. This was one of them. Yeah, not bad. It does take me through, I say, every emotion, and Mr. Indecision is probably a good song that kind of sums up this album for me. Mostly defensive, what can I say? Another new one for me, but I know I've seen quite a few videos on the VC of people showing Loudness Lightning Strikes. I listened to this once so far, still making my mind up on it. It's got some nice bits in here. I don't really recall too many of the track names to the ones I like, so it'll get another listen. Pretty good, but say not much to say on this yet. Now, saving the best till last. I don't know if anyone's ever bought an album just based on the cover alone. I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and that's that pretty much goes for this as well. I'm sure those of you who don't have this album are going to be pretty jealous of what I'm going to show you now, but boom. Kane Roberts self-titled album. I saw this and just thought it was so ridiculous, really. Rambo Rock. I read one review of this. So basically, we have Mr. Kane Roberts there, bit of a bodybuilder, probably a bit of a Rambo fan, with his customized M60 guitar. The rest of the band as well. Here we go. So there is Steve Steele and the drummer there. What's his name? I can't read. It's not coming up very well. Victor Ruzzo. It is very generic, not good guitar squealy, heavy metal. Overindulged. I mean, Kane Roberts obviously thinks, as a guitar, the guitar virtuoso on here, that he needs to make his mark on every single song. I think there's even a song on here that was written with Alice Cooper. Yeah, Full Pull. Certainly doesn't save the song. The best song, actually, Out for Blood. Pretty much 90% of that song sounds like a good heavy metal song. It's more the grinding guitars and the overindulgent guitar playing over the top. But he couldn't quite get to the end of it without putting in a pointless guitar solo at the end. So, Out for Blood, the pick of the tunes. This is an album I will get out mostly just to show people, just because I just think the cover is amazing. There we go again. Kane Roberts. What can I say? Does anyone actually like this album? Be interested to hear if anyone actually thinks this is a good album. But I'd be surprised if not. Anyway, so that I think covers my online, the last online purchase for October. Yeah, let me know if you've got any comments on those albums, if you don't agree with my assessment of some of them, or ones you think I should take a second listen to. Feel free to leave a comment. Agree, disagree, subscribe if you want to hear more of this nonsense. Okay, thanks BC, back again soon. Bye now.